For the Our Lady of Mercy crew team, an invite to the Head of Charles event meant more than just another date on their season schedule. It was an opportunity to compete against the world's best.
The Charles had about 11,000 entries this year, so there were so many rowers from all over the world. There were some really amazing events with Olympians in it, a lot of collegiate events on Saturday, and then on Sunday there were more high school races, so they're all rowers of all varieties and skill levels, and it was just a great atmosphere of people who love rowing and loved rowing on the Charles.
It's pretty competitive between the boats, but it's also really positive just getting to see all the boats and getting to see how much appreciation everybody has for crew, knowing that not everybody gets to go, so we were all just really appreciative that we were selected to go.
It's just amazing. You know, one thing that sticks out in my mind is when we got to bring our boats down on Friday for practice, the girls were waiting and a big crew of German men came up behind them and their coxswain was speaking in a different language, and just to hear all those coxswain terms that we're used to hearing, but hearing them in a language we don't know, but we knew what he was asking them to do. And the guys were so tall that they were able to spin the boat above the girls at shoulders. It was just phenomenal. It was a really great experience.
Since 1965, the event has drawn thousands to the banks of the Charles River in Boston, Massachusetts. With international sponsors such as Aston Martin, Brooks Brothers, and Delta Airlines, the Head of Charles event gives high school students such as those at Mercy a chance to work with world-class athletes.
The girls definitely put a lot of preparation into getting ready for the Charles. They worked on their endurance and their speed. They worked a lot on just doing longer pieces. Our fall races are head races, so our races in the fall can go up to 20 minutes. So you can imagine if you're doing an endurance activity like that, the amount of time that you have to put into doing distance and doing strength to try to be able to get through a race that's that long is difficult, and the girls did a great job preparing.
But making the adjustment from local regatta events to the Charles takes some doing.
Just the logistics. Usually when we go to an event, we bring our own trailer, and because we only brought a couple boats, we weren't able to bring our trailer, so we kind of had to ride with another crew, and that brought its own type of challenges. Of course, we didn't have our own equipment, and we weren't using our usual things, so things weren't in the places they usually are. When the girls asked for nuts and bolts, we kind of had to search around to find our things and kind of our mix-match toolboxes that we brought. But it was really a lot of fun, and the girls had a great time, and they were able to really get out there and have a good time.
It's a grand scale. It is the Olympics of rowing, basically. It's the biggest regatta in the world, and so we on a local level only race about 10 teams, and they'll have 10 teams bring their trailers, but here there were thousands of trailers.
It's scary, I'm not gonna lie, because there's so many people and a lot of boats and a lot of coaches and everything, but when you really focus on yourself and on your team, it gets easier.
So it was an honor going. Mercy is a small local team, and we went and we saw clubs in the high school level racing with times that were better than collegiate boats. So the people that we raced were a whole nother level of rowing, and we got to see that.
Watch the timing, ladies. Watch those handle heights.
The Mercy program is primarily funded and run by parents.
It's a lot of work, I'll tell you that. A lot of people don't realize that this is really a totally parent-funded and operated organization, from getting the kids from school to the regatta site here at GWC, to trailering boats to the regattas, all the fundraising things that we do. It's really an incredible endeavor. Well, we do some things with Sticky Lips. We have a fundraiser every fall and every spring. We have a big garage sale that we do in the springtime as well. We have fees that are, of course, incorporated into the girls that are down here for fall, winter, and spring seasons. So a lot goes into that. And we do get some money from the school as well for fall and spring, which is nice. So a lot of hard work.
Sending the boat, really gliding the boat out. I want to see lots of run. Open up those puddles.
Mercy didn't receive an automatic qualifier to next year's event. That doesn't matter. This was about the experience.
As a rower, I've been rowing for 7 years, and this is my first time there. And I can say coming back from it that I got to see people with such unique work ethic. They come and they practice so much, and it kind of gave me a sense of how big of a sport rowing is. I saw rowers that were 80 years old. Like, this is a lifetime sport, and we got to experience that, and it really gave me a new sense of how big crew is throughout the world.
Very rewarding for a parent, for sure. I think all the parents would agree to that. And as you can see, the girls are down here today. They're having a great time, and Charles is quite an experience.
From Genesee Waterways, this is Paul Gotham with the Vision High School Sports Beat.